Scott.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Sport. Minister, let me quote from your mandate letter from the Premier. Continue to work with the tourism industry and regional tourism organizations to support the sector's economic growth and encourage collaboration among tourism industry partners. Minister, a report by Fred Lazar of the Schulich School of Business at York University finds that increasing the aviation fuel tax in Ontario could mean a loss of nearly 3,000 jobs and decrease provincial GDP by almost $100 million annually. So my question to you is, what economic analysis have you done on the impact to job and revenue losses that this aviation tax will cause?
Minister of Tourism, Culture and Sport.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Minister of Finance.
Minister of Finance.
Well, I appreciate the question. As you know, aviation fuel is impacted not just by what the province of Ontario has just recently applied. It hasn't even changed since 1992. The majority of the fees associated with the airlines is actually a federal component. Notwithstanding that, Mr. Speaker, we also recognize that Ontario has benefited from greater runs, greater airline investments, and more opportunities in the province. We also have mitigating opportunities in some of the remote communities that we'll be looking at, and we look forward to continuing to enhance tourism and activity.
Thank you. Stop the clock. Who's next? No, for the warning. Supplementary.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, Minister, in July, Sunwing announced that they will begin to operate flights out of Buffalo instead of Pearson International Airport, largely to avoid the increased costs. Just last week, officials were here from Buffalo International Airport launching a campaign to attract travelers south of the border. They have bought ads on the Gardiner, they are running TV commercials, and have a website to emphasize the potential savings to Ontarians. You like to point out and blame other levels of government, but the bottom line here is your government's aviation fuel tax increase is bad business here in Ontario. So, Minister, are you not concerned at all that this increase in taxes is driving businesses and travellers out of Ontario? Are you not at all concerned?
Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, we are stimulating and investing in our economy to promote greater growth and greater opportunities and maintaining a very competitive business climate, including the areas around tourism. And here's what the Buffalo Airport Senior Marketing Manager noted. He said the following, and I quote, "He, like many other residents of Western New York, will use the Toronto airport to fly to international destinations. We recognize that Toronto and Pearson is a very competitive airport, and we will continue to be so when we look at other airports and other opportunities around the world. We are an international hub, and it's still more effective to operate from Toronto and the surrounding regions in Ontario." What's also important to note, Mr. Speaker, is that there are increased investments and increased flights coming out of Ontario than ever before, Mr. Speaker, and we will continue to enhance and support that. Thank you.
New question, the member from Windsor West.